Welcome to this guide of the Enforcers. My name is Ken Mori and I'll be going over this fight. Alright, welcome to G4-B3 Fabricator. This encounter uses a puzzle. It's called the Tower of Hanoi. Shortly I have a little demonstration to show you how it works. It involves 3 pillars and 3 discs. These discs you need to stack from big to small. Okay, this is exactly the same way as the puzzle starts in the encounter as well. You put 2 on top of 3, 1 on top of 2. Now the best tip I can give you is you put 1 at the location where you want to build your tower. From there, it's pretty logic. Just watch this video and it should make all sense. Now you see me here putting 1 on top of 2, and I'm gonna put the 3rd one in the middle and 1 all the way to the right, and then I just simply stack them, 2 on top of 3 and 1 on top of 2. Now all these pillars in the game have a different function. The first pillar, for example, removes a debuff that the tank gets. This is a stacking reduced armor debuff. However, you won't have to use this one. Now, the second pillar is an important one. When the boss is stood under that and you launch it, the boss will remove random droids in the area. You'll be using that one, and you'll be using the 3rd pillar. The 3rd pillar removes the buffs on the boss, and it puts a debuff on the boss, increasing the damage done. This is your main pillar that you want to be building on. Let's go to the game. Okay, if the explanation from the Tower of Hanoi wasn't clear enough, I'll put up a link in this video. It should pop up any second now, and you can click it and you can practice it. Okay, our setup is as followed. We got 1 tank, 2 healers and 5 DPS. We've got up here 2 DPS, ranged DPS, and 1 healer. The healer is positioned in the middle, at the middle platform. The 2nd DPS is positioned at the right platform, and the other DPS is running the consoles. We chose a sorcerer. He got a nice speed buff that helps with solving the puzzle a little bit faster. Now the reason that we got 2 ranged DPS up here is in case of any droids that might get in the way. The reason that we got a healer up here is when one of the DPS get hit by a mine droid, it leaves a nasty tick and it needs to be healed. Now we do not use an off tank. Some guides will ask you to have an off tank. We found that completely unnecessary. Just have 1 tank, and he might even be able to get off the debuff himself. Now the whole reason that people want you to have an off tank is the boss puts a debuff on the tank. It reduces the armor of the tank, and it stacks, and if the stack gets too high you'll take really a lot of damage. Now we managed to do it without an off tank, and we had no problems whatsoever. It may be because the tank was able to get it off by himself. That I'm not sure, and you might have to discover that for yourself, but it should not be a problem. Other than that, you see here that we're solving the puzzle. It's a quick recap of these pylons. There we go. We're building now at the middle pylon. Now the middle pylon has the effect that the boss will draw random droids towards him, and destroying them. Now the left pylon that we're not using removes the debuff from the tank, the stacking reduced armor debuff. The right one removes the buff from the boss. The boss has a stacking buff, reduced damage taken. However, if he stood in the flame from the right pylon, that buff goes away and he gets a new debuff that will increase the damage that he takes. So you want to have this as much as possible. However, each pylon can only be activated once at a time. Okay, let's go over the rest of the abilities. One of the abilities that the boss has is Missile. Now, he will target a random player and put a yellow reticle on them. However, this is really hard to see. You see it like a fraction of a second. You're gonna see it right now. There you go. And poof, it's gone. When this happens, get away from everybody, because you're gonna take a lot of damage, and it's an AoE damage. So if you're stood near the boss and you got 3 melee around you, all 3 will get a lot of damage, and you might kill people. Here we got a stun droid. Kill them as soon as they spawn near you. You really want to be fast on that, because it's really annoying when you get stunned like mad. Also, you might get issues with mine droids. If they're near you, deal with them, run to them, blow them up, because the boss also does a knockback, and it will knock back all the melee. And if they get one of those mines as well, they might die. The boss has got a 6-minute Enrage timer, and it is a gear check. Okay, we're gonna reposition the boss now, and there we see on the right a mine droid. However, it's not close enough to us, so we're just leaving it. Now, when the people that are solving the puzzle at the right side, make sure that they call out whenever they will activate the flame, because you want your melee to run out on time, and if it's suddenly activated, the melee will definitely die. Okay, you see me getting caught by it? Repositioning again to the yellow pylon in the middle. Now I'm gonna get a res right about now. And what happens is, one of the DPS at the top platform came down, gave me a res, and this is so awesome because that DPS needs to go back, so they pulled him back to help with the droids up there. So that was a very cool action. Okay, so there are a couple of ways that you can do this encounter. We do it the way I'm showing it. There's also the possibility of having 3 ranged up at the consoles, all 3 at a specific console, and solving the puzzle. We tried it. It goes really quick, but we found that this was for us the best way to do it. And yeah, it might be that you need to adjust a little bit, play around a little bit to see which strategy works best for you. At this pylon here, you see it, he got burned and he loses his buff, and he gets the debuff of getting extra damage. Whenever he's at this phase, you need to burn and use everything you got. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time.